Welcome to the Christian Life Coach Collective. I am your host, Laura Malone, and we're here to talk about life coaching, entrepreneurship, leading yourself well, and lots of spirit-led life and business strategies. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and let's jump into today's episode. Okay, so we had a dinner party, and it was pretty awesome. We had like 6 other people here and made this wonderful dinner. My husband cooked a leg of lamb and this like Moroccan rice dish, and we had baba ganoush and lavash and garlic sauce. If you don't know what like a Lebanese garlic sauce is, it's a must find. Go find a restaurant and ask them if they make it. It is amazing. And it's like fluffy. It's like emulsified oil and garlic, but I think they also use like a mashed potato flake or something like that in it. Anyway, then we had baklava and pistachio ice cream and chocolate dipped strawberries because it was near Valentine's Day. Hummus, havla. Oh my, I can't even, like, all of the things. So good. I've always wanted to do an underground supper club, but my husband's like, dinner parties. Let's stick with that. So we have enough businesses and things going on here to do. So while we're doing that, we have this conversation. And one of the women at the table says she goes to Orange Theory, which if you've never heard of that, it's kind of like a boutique gym experience. You pay for the month and you go and you kind of get told exactly what to do. You know, you have time frames and whatever. One of the women says she goes to another boutique gym where you sign up for the class times, and I'm thinking about, I think about what's going on at the YMCA. I'm signed up at the YMCA because my kids can go there and we have a family plan and there's a brand new one down the street. So yeah, I'm not going to the YMCA. I'm thinking about what's happening at the YMCA. It just made me think of how we each have different seasons for how we need support and direction, right? I've gone to this local boutique gym that, not Orange Theory, but this other local one. I loved it. So for like 50 minutes, they tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, how long to do it for, how much to do. And it's over in the blink of an eye. There's also very loud music. You can't really think. You just do. But I also hurt myself there, and it took me out. I literally bent down, and then I heard and felt something on the inside of my right knee snap. I felt it, and I heard it in my brain. I went ahead and I pushed through the rest of the session because it actually happened on the very first exercise. But the reason I got hurt was because I was in a rush, and I don't really do rush well. You have to be at this gym on time, and you can't just switch sessions because you're signed up for a specific one, and there's only so many people that fit in the class, and then there's only 20 minutes between the sessions because when you're done, they reset and new people show up and so on and so forth. And I had been in a rush, so I had tried to warm up and stretch out, but it really just wasn't enough time for me to do that before the class started because I'd been running behind. So I didn't actually renew my membership there because I physically couldn't work out after that session. Not just not work out, like I couldn't bend. I couldn't squat, kneel, anything to pick up. It still hurts even if I just try to bring my leg up to sit on the couch, it's still very painful a year later. So I have joined the YMCA because there's a great brand new one close by. The family membership's there, and there's also another one close by that has pickleball courts outside. I can't wait to use them. There are classes I can go to if I get there in time, but it's not like if I don't go, I'm going to lose my money. Or I don't have to be there, but I can be there. I know that I can't walk in after the class already started, but if I'm late to the class I'm trying to get to, it's not like the end all. I can still go do cardio and weights as I feel led to do. I can run if I want to, walk while I listen to a podcast, take notes on my phone about content I want to create. I can text a friend. I can go swimming. This one, it has a sauna. I think about the sauna. I don't go in the sauna, but I think about it. And so all of this to say, for everything we do in life, we need different levels of pressure, support, direction, and accountability. So when you look at the areas of your life where you want to get any kind of results in, like, what is it you need? You have to think, how much internal pressure and accountability do you need? And how much external pressure and accountability? And some of us, we have high internal accountability levels that we already give ourselves. And sometimes they're not kind, but sometimes they're compassionate and they are, just we're understanding of who we are and what we can handle, what we need. But a lot of times I think we miss out on that self-compassion. A lot of times I think we push ourselves internally, and that will sometimes drive you to shame or fear or resistance because it's not partnered with external pressure and accountability. And I think there needs to be a good balance of both, depending on who you are and what you need, and also depending on your current season. So you have to ask yourself, do I need higher external pressure that offers urgency and deadline and accountability, like a class, like a boutique gym? Do I need to sign up for it, to pay for it ahead of time, and to have people know my name is on the list and like they're waiting on me to show up, right? Do I need that? Or do I need the accountability of somebody meeting me there? Maybe it's like meeting me for a class at the gym, but not somebody at the gym saying, well, we're gonna double your payment this month because you never showed up for a class. Like, what kind of accountability and pressure do you need externally? Does it need to be higher in this area at this stage of your life, or does it need to be a little bit lower? Do you need people looking for you to walk through the door, to log into the Zoom call, or actually show up and meet them somewhere? Or do you need something with lower external pressure right now? Like something that has maybe a plan and a process, but nobody's really looking over your shoulder. There's no loss if you don't show up or blow up. There's no strains or sprains because you're pushing so hard. Maybe you need your internal pressure to just be enough, and a chance for your inner man to rise up and lead you without all of these other voices. The shifts in these seasons is okay because sometimes you're going to need higher external pressure and sometimes you need lower. And, if you have kids in school and you work full time, the kind of external accountability you need is going to be different than, let's say, you stay home and you have a bunch of little kids around, right? Or you work from home and have no kids in the house, but you still need a level of external pressure to get you out of your pajamas and to leave the house and get stuff done. So maybe you're talking about going to the gym, but maybe we're shifting and we're talking about you getting things done in your business. Maybe we're talking about you getting things done around your house. Maybe we're talking about you as a homeschooler. Maybe we're talking about you and your goals and dreams and desires. And you know what I mean? Like what is it that you need to focus on and determine what level of external pressure is actually going to benefit you and help you reach your goal in any area. Do you need a boutique gym experience? Do you need coaching? Do you need an online course that gives you guidance but is lower touch? Nobody is actually going to check in with you. Or do you need high touch coaching where one person is saying, every week I'm going to check in and we're going to talk about what you did and what you didn't do and why you didn't do it. And we're going to overcome those obstacles. Those are both amazing opportunities. And then also, maybe you don't need any external, maybe you actually just need to rise up, and your own inner self needs to give the accountability that you deserve and need in this moment without anybody else being involved. They're all perfectly fine as long as you're actually intentionally setting yourself up with enough pressure and accountability, maybe a little deadline and urgency, or maybe there's a reward when you get this thing done. There's something that is giving it a time frame. And so that you actually take action and get something done so that you have a result, so that you don't find yourself in the same place a year from now, so that you don't find yourself moving one step forward only to take 4 steps backwards, right? What is it you need? Do you need Orange Theory or do you need the YMCA? That's literally how we got here, is that conversation. Do you need other people to tell you exactly what to do and tell you when it's going to be done and how long it's going to be done for and how much of it you need to do in that time frame? And then when you don't do it, they call you higher and encourage you, but say like, we're going to do this. Come on, keep on keeping on. Pull your pants up. Let's go. Or do you need the direction that says, here's an opportunity. Here's a bunch of things you could do. You can create your own protocol. You determine the way that is best for you right now. Show up when you can, but all of the things that you need are here in order to help you get it done. Or do you need to stay at home and give yourself a season of grace to move slower, to get less done in this period of time, in this area, because there's so much required of you over here in these areas? Maybe you have too much responsibility on your plate and you actually need to withdraw from all of that deadline and urgency and pressure and accountability and rewards and loss. Like maybe you actually need to take a break, at least in this area or that one, maybe not in every area of your life. But what I want you to see is that every area of life will need a different level of pressure and accountability to get it done. And it's okay if let's say in your family life, in the calendar, and getting all of these things done because you've got so many moving parts in your household, maybe there's more pressure and accountability there just to keep everybody in alignment, right? Like maybe that's more like the YMCA version. And then maybe in your business or your calling that you're trying to pursue, maybe that has like high touch coaching around it. And that area does have some deadlines, does have some time frames and urgency just to keep you on track and keep you going. And that's more of a boutique gym experience that you've invested into. But then maybe when it comes to your personal self-care, your development, your peace and your rest, there isn't anybody else giving you a voice to that because you're just taking a season of rest and grace, and there's a release of the pressure. Like I think of the Instapot, and you release the pressure, you're like, psh, and it makes like the chicken broth go all over the kitchen cabinets, and now everything smells like that. Well, release the pressure. And then just let it sit there. Let it marinate and like let it stew and just be with peace and let there be rest. And that's where you would cultivate this balance between everything that is high pressure, everything that is just possible, available, but make good use of it. And then this place where there's more grace, less pressure to just be. And that will all, when you have those things in your awareness, that then you learn how to mediate each one of them, right? So you mediate, okay, over here, there's too much pressure. I need to bring that notch down a little bit, turn the notch down. Over here, I need more pressure. So what can I do about that? How can I invite somebody into accountability with me? Over here, I need more grace and self-compassion. I need more room. I need time to think, right? So when you recognize that all of the different areas of your life in different seasons will benefit, maybe not just require, but like actually benefit from differing levels of accountability and what I'm calling pressure around them in order to get the best results from what you're putting into it. It's a method of dialing up and down with intention, right? So I want you to think about those things in your life right now. What do you have in front of you that needs more attention externally? You need other people to be involved in it, and you need to actually determine what it is, define it, and go describe it to somebody and invite them to invest into your life with you. And maybe you could barter, do that for them too. And then maybe there's other areas where people, or even just one person, is giving you too much accountability or pressure about something, and you need to ask them to kindly dial it down. Bring it down a notch, please, So if there's areas that you just need a moment, I want to remind you, don't quit, just rest. So if you need to bring things down a little bit, don't lose the, what do you say, like when you suffer from inertia, where you're like, you got going, you've got motion, and you can keep going. You can let the ball slow down without actually stopping the ball. And if you're going to actually stop the ball, if you're going to just say, we're not doing any more of this, I want you to have a time frame around that. If you're actually going to stop doing something for a period of time, let it be for a period of time. If you need to keep doing it, if you want to keep doing it, but you need a break, then determine at this point when that break is over. Like they say, if you stop, like you go to the gym 3 times a week, and then you stop going to the gym and you don't go to the gym at all for a week or 2, it is 10 to 100 times harder to get back into the habit of going to the gym. If you need to stop going to the gym in any area of your life, determine you will stop going this week, but next week you will resume, and this is how you'll get it done. This is what it'll look like. This is the day you'll go, the class you'll go to. This is when you'll put your shoes on. Even if you only go and you show up for 10 minutes and you can stop anytime after that, you will determine that after this short break, you will jump back in. But then that means during that short break, you need to be so specific about being intentional with the break. What is the break for? If you're just stopping so you can zone out, or you can dwell in the pool of self-pity and just flounder, like that's not a break. That's not going to restore you. If you take a break from anything that's important, make that break count. Determine what you're going to do with that break before you even take it, and determine how long you need for it. Because when there's no boundary around it, you might lose. You might end up, like I said, you took 1 step forward, but now you found yourself 4 steps backwards because there was no intention. There was no boundary. You're just operating at default. Don't do it. You deserve more than that. Honor yourself. Have integrity. Show up for who you are. Give yourself compassion, but also give yourself reason to get out of bed, take action, be intentional, and actually create the legacy that you know you're called to create. You're on this path. You have the way in front of you. And I hope that this helps you understand that there is a benefit to having accountability and external pressure alongside of the internal pressure. But there's also seasons and reasons for that notch to be turned up, turned down, or the pressure valve just to be released altogether. Okay? Bless you. All things are possible. Everything's figure-outable, and I'm with you in it. Have a great day. Hey friends, don't forget to jump into the Christian Life Coach Collective Facebook group if you haven't already, so you can connect with like-directed people and get free resources and ask for feedback, all the things that are going to help support you on your calling as a coach. I hope to see you in there, and don't forget to subscribe to the show.